Trust is a very valuable asset. We commonly know trust as a perception, as in trustworthy. Most of us don't know how to trust our bodies. The human body is an incredible machine that records movements, patterns, and thoughts into itself. With a lot of practice, the movement, the habit, or the thought, which might have seemed inconceivable at first, became like an app that runs in the background while you are thinking of something completely different. A perfect example is driving. When you were learning to drive, you had to actively remember to adjust the mirrors, to push the brake pedal, and to turn the key. Or I guess press the start button. Then you had to put the transmission into drive. If you've been driving for a while, I'm certain that every time you get in the car, you're most likely thinking of a matter that has more urgency in your life, while your body almost automatically takes care of the rest. You can even relax your mind while you're driving. Your car becomes an extension of you. In the 1976 Winter Olympics at Innsbruck, alpine skier Franz Klammer won the gold medal with a final run that skiers still talk about with awe today. At the time, the Olympic skier was Bernard Rossi of Switzerland. Numerous times, officials had to halt the skiing due to icy, dangerous conditions on the course. And even though the event was allowed to continue, the course still seemed too slick to permit the kind of double poling usually required to get a fast start. Klammer, however, skidded hard out of the gate, double point wildly. The ice did not give way, throwing his weight to one ski. He tried to shift to the other ski, and he lost his balance in the other direction. The key to winning in alpine is to run the straightest line from start to finish, staying in a low aerodynamic tuck while keeping your skis gliding flat, almost frictionless over the hill. And Klammer was anything but aerodynamic. He whipped around the sheared corners, first on the leg and then on the other, clipping gates, just missing out-of-bound fences. His arms and feet were flailing, his skis slipping and clattering as he hurtled down the mountain. Most ski fans were playing for Klammer not to get killed. His own coach, Tony Saylor, later commented, "I closed my eyes and thought this was the end of the gold medal. I only dared reopen them when I didn't hear the sound of a crash." Somehow defying physics, Klammer barreled over the finish line, careening to a stop. Snow flying, he barely avoided piling into a crowd of 50,000, who all seemed to be waving red and white Austrian flags. Klammer looked for the scoreboard. Rossi, 1 minute, 46 seconds, and 6 milliseconds. Klammer, 1 minute, 45 seconds, 73 milliseconds. The fastest time of the day and the gold medal. The press was all over him. ABC's Wide World of Sports, famous for dramatizing spectacles, such as the agony of defeat, wanted to know, how in the world did you do that? What? Klammer said, as a battery of microphone was stuck in his face. When? Well, I'm a pretty good skier, you know, replied the charismatic Austrian with a wink. No. How did you clock such a fast time with such a terrible run? What do you mean terrible? I think gold is a pretty good color. One journalist pointed out that he was clearly off balance. His arms were windmilling, catching too much air, yet somehow managed to ski faster than the competitors, who turned in nearly perfect runs. Then came the classic reporter's question. What was going through your mind? What was going through my mind? Klammer repeated as if trying to understand what the guy was getting at. Nothing, I was just trying to get there, while he pointed at the finish line. Fast. Evidently, Klammer was not thinking about the right biomechanics, nor technique to maintain flat skis. He wasn't thinking about gold medals either. Franz Klammer was just racing. Where? To the finish line. How did he manage to keep skiing without thinking the same things that all the average performers, and reporters for that matter, in the audience were thinking? How did he keep from thinking about crashing, breaking a gate, eating a gate, or surely lose his #1 World Cup ranking? Those would have been better questions. The answers to those questions would provide the secret to high stakes performance, not only in sports, but also in actors, musicians, business executives, doctors, and performers, in every other field that requires someone to step into the limelight and excel under pressure. Fortunately, over the last decade, there has been new research and hundreds of interviews with people who are at the top of their game. It was found that they are not practicing what their teachers, accountants, or attorneys advised. They are able to engage in a task so completely that there is no room left for self-criticism, judgment, or doubt. To stay loose, even supremely, or better yet, irrationally confident. Step up and do what they're good at, concentrating only in the simplest nature of their performance. Superstars perform so naturally and so instinctively that they seem to be able to enter a pressure-packed situation that would terrify freeze most people as if nothing matters. They let it happen. They let it go. And they wouldn't care less about the results. They play with their eyes. They just look at the target and shoot. And the ball goes in. The deals get closed. The stage performance is thrilling. The results are often works of art. Asking Frank Klammer to recreate his gold medal winning run would be like asking Leonardo da Vinci to draw another Mona Lisa. The good news is that research and experimentation have proven that this kind of exceptional thinking is within everyone's research. Before you can master this superstar mindset, you first must understand why. When people ask great performers, what was going through your mind? They are inclined to answer nothing. Journalists tend to take such responses as displays of arrogance or coyness, or as rehearsed sound bites. But the neurobiology of high performance confirms Klammer's answer. At a cognitive level, he was truly thinking about nothing. To perform exceptionally, whether it's closing a critical deal, pulling off a big sale, moving an audience with a violin concerto, or even transplanting a heart, requires you to be in the same state of mind, empty of any doubt, without any thought of the mechanics of what you're doing. You cannot pull up all those years of dedication, training, and experience in your memory as you perform. I call that the training mindset. In the trusting mindset, you have to let all the expertise be there instinctively. Our skills are maximized when we let our skill do the work, not our heads. As professional golfers like to say, you have to trust your swing. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll be waiting for you here for more new content. Thank you. Bye.